Level 2 DNA. DNA is short for deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is the material that carries all the information about how an organism will look and function. For instance, DNA determines such things as color and shape of an organism and how this organism breathes. All such information is encoded in DNA. Each piece of information is carried on a different section of the DNA. These sections are called genes. The DNA is also called genetic information or the building plan of life. After learning that DNA exists, I am eager to see this magical thing which carries all the information describing living organisms. Since it is tiny, I have to use my electron microscope vision. It turns out that DNA in eukaryotes is found in structures of the cell called chromosomes. Chromosomes are thread-like structures located inside the nucleus of cells. Each chromosome packs a single molecule of deoxyribonucleic acid DNA. For the packing processes, little helpers, called protein, are needed. They are part of the chromosome and situated around the packed DNA. I also take a look at prokaryotes. The DNA of prokaryotes is organized more loosely and not as densely packed into chromosomes as it is in eukaryotes. DNA is the blueprint of life because it includes the instructions needed for an organism to grow, develop, live, and reproduce. Proteins are little workhorses, which the cells need for carrying out its function. The genes in DNA transmit physical characteristics from parents to their heirs. DNA is a chain of chemical units found in each cell of a living creature. The chemical units are arranged in a particular sequence. Sometimes changes with one unit of the DNA can happen. This is called a mutation. Some of the mutations can have no consequences at all, but others can cause diseases and other problems. Mutations are also very important for evolution. A mutation could lead to a better adjustment to a certain condition, like hot weather. But how does the structure of DNA look like? It is composed of chemicals that are linked together like a chain. Each piece of DNA has two long strands or chains. The two strands are connected together. They form a shape like a ladder that has been twisted into a spiral. Chemicals called phosphates. There are other chemical compounds called bases, which bind together and would form the steps in a ladder. Each base on one strand is joined to a base on the second strand. Did you see that the bases look a bit different? I can identify 4 different bases in DNA. They are called adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. The base combined with other chemicals are called nucleotides, and they are repeated in different orders over and over again in each strand of DNA. The order in which the bases are arranged is very important. It forms a code that tells cells to make certain kinds of proteins. The differences in these proteins are what make different living creatures, such as a yeast, a mouse, or 2 different people. Thank you for watching.